Hey, you guys, good morning, good morning. This is another day of me and my snotty nose and my nice cough. But anyway, I'm here, and today it's day 5 of the 55 Days to Breakthrough Challenge, and I would love to talk to you about what we are good at. And because when you want to break through, you need to know what you're good at. And for some people, that may be really hard. So, yesterday I spoke to someone who has a 2 in her profile, in her human design profile. And specifically for 2s, they find it hard to recognize what they are good at. So they are effortlessly good at something, and they find it really hard to find the words themselves. So they need other people in order to know what makes them different, what makes them stand out, what they're good at. And for many people, and not only the ones with a 2 in their profile, but for many people, that's a very well proven method to find out what you're good at. So if you don't really know, ask the people around you. Ask 4 or 5 peers and just ask them, what are the first 3 things that come to mind when you think of my talents and skills? And you may be surprised at what people are telling you. And for me, one of the things that I I was so used to is my energy, and of course, I'm much more energetic normally, but now I'm okay. Um, but my energy is the thing that people always told me, like, oh, I love your energy, I love being around you. You always get me inspired, you always get me motivated, and for a very long time, I always dismissed that that compliment because it was a compliment. I was like, yeah, but it's normal. This is what I do. But it is something that I'm good at. And another thing that I'm good at, and I've learned this over time by asking people for feedback, is that I can connect dots that they don't see. Sometimes they don't even see the dots, and sometimes they don't see the connection. But I'm good at that. I'm really good at connecting the dots, and I'm good at using my intuition to know and feel what people are are in need of. So that's my gift. That's my talent. I know when I meet a person, I know whether or not he or she is happy, whether or not he or she is doing the right thing, whether or not he or she is being held back by some limiting belief. I just know. I just know. The only thing is, not everyone is ready to hear it. So I'm always very cautious when I get this feeling and I get this. It's not even a feeling, it's a knowing. It's a knowing. So that's my talent. And I always have a solution. I always have a solution. Whenever someone asks me a question, oh, I need to do this or I need to do that, I always have a solution. So those are, and of course, I have many more talents, but these are the most important ones for me and my clients. Is first of all, the motivation, the driving force, the inspiration to in order to get going, but connecting the dots, making things practical, and just knowing what people need. That's my super talent, and I've learned this through asking feedback, but also through looking at my human design, because that is, yeah, it's a user manual. It's a user manual. So if you don't know, um, I really highly recommend you have a look at your human design. You have a nice conversation with 4 or 5 friends, and make sure you start talking about this, because anyone can do. I mean, anyone can do what I do. I mean, I'm a business coach, and there are many amazing business coaches out there. But none of them is like me. None of them uses human design, intuition, and this ability to connect the dots. That's my signature. That's how I do things. And I'm sure you have a unique way of doing things too. And I really want to invite you to have a look within and think of all those beautiful things that you have to offer and that make you unique, that make you special, and start talking about that. Start talking about that. I mean, we have been conditioned not to talk about what we're good at because we may be seen as arrogant or we may be bragging or whatever. But as a business owner, people need to know what we're good at. So let's start talking about that. And especially when you struggle to brag, don't be afraid to brag because when you brag, when for your standards it's bragging, for other standards it's not. So don't be afraid. Start talking about it. I would love to hear what your talents and skills are and what you're really good at because it's time that the world knows about this. So, I'm going to leave you with this. Sorry. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a lovely day and keep being awesome. All right. See you. Bye.